Up next, we're going to talk about cheap,
Inexpensive, Paul.
inexpensive stocking stuffers for the handy guy. All right, Brian, it's now the holidays once again.
Right.
And
Merry Christmas, Paul.
Merry Christmas to you, Brian. And what's typical, what do we do typically this time of year is we provide some ideas for our listeners, for our viewers, on some, not inexpensive, but decent items that you can get for the handy guy or
That's
the
right.
handy gal in your life.
So on this show, we're going to focus on some stocking stuffers that are in the $10 range.
Right,
or
so
less.
yeah, we don't want to go real expensive. And so let's grab we both have a stocking here
Okay.
with some items in it. Grab it.
Do
And
you want to give out our contact information
sure,
first?
while we're doing this, you can subscribe to us on YouTube. We encourage you to do that. And check us out on our website, handyguyspodcast.com. Contact form is there. If you have any questions, reach out to us.
Yep.
So I'm just going to pull some items out at no particular order, okay?
All right.
And
What's the first thing you came up with?
well, let's try this. This is an interesting item, Brian. This was actually provided to the Handy Guys. This is called the paintbrush cover.
Okay.
And
what's that thing do?
it actually covers your paintbrush.
Why do you need a cover for your paintbrush, Paul?
Well, first of all, you can find it at thepaintbrushcover.com is where you find this
Right.
tool. And it was sent to us, and I've been using it. I've had it for probably 6 months. And at first I thought it was a gimmick, but guess what? I use it now whenever I
What does it do?
paint.
It's just a place to store your paintbrush?
It covers your paintbrush. So what's really neat is you could be painting one day and you're maybe in a hurry to get done or to clean up and you want to resume painting the next day. You can just plop this thing right in here. It keeps the bristles in shape and it seals it and it stays wet. And guess what? I did this on one of my paint jobs. I didn't resume like I expected the next day.
Right.
A week later.
A week later.
It was at least a week. I popped it open, paint was still wet, brush was good to go. No
Really?
problem. No cleanup, no mess, and then I could rinse out the inside and use it again, and now the brush is still usable. You can see the brush is perfect condition.
Well, you've cleaned it since then, right?
Right, but this had been used, it had gone at least a week or two with paint on it.
That's pretty cool.
So,
I got to get me one of them.
Yeah, it's called the paintbrush cover, and I'm not sure how much it costs. You can check it out on thepaintbrushcover.com.
All right. Let's see. The first thing that I found, Paul, a mini Maglite. It's like less than $10. You got to have one in every glove box, every kitchen
Right.
drawer, every toolbox, because you never know when you're going to need a flashlight, and you're
Right.
always going for one and it's dead. So keep a bunch of these around the house, kitchen drawers, glove boxes, and wherever.
Yeah, these used to be really expensive, but it seems like
Right.
they've come down in price.
Yeah, I think that was like $8 or
Yeah,
something,
and they fit in.
$9.
You can take it out of this packaging, and they really fit in the stocking well.
Right.
So, all right, what else? I got something.
What do you got?
This fits. This is a larger item, and we're going to talk about this in a future show. But you would never believe what this is. It looks like a can of aerosol of some sort.
Right.
This is a fire extinguisher.
Let me see that.
And I figured we could use one of those around all these hot lights in here, and in case there's a fire in the
We
Handy
better
Guys
not
studio.
have a fire in the Handy Guys studio. I'll tell
So
you.
this is pretty cool. We'll talk about this in a future episode. This is closer to $20 though, so it's
Okay.
a little bit higher, but it does fit in the stocking.
Well, let me show you something that I'm always, you can't have too many of these sets. This is a set of drill bit, or I'm sorry, it's not drill bits, is it, Paul? It's driver bits.
Drivers.
So you can use this with your drill or with your impact driver, and it's got your Phillips bit, your square head, your Torx, every kind of bit that you might possibly need
Right.
in one little set.
So it's really convenient, nice little package.
Right, and this one I thought was unique. It clips on your belt. So I haven't seen that before. I probably have 3 or 4 different
Cool.
sets.
All right, nice. I like that. Very convenient. Let's see. Oh, you can't have enough of these,
Right.
can you? This is a
Again.
$5 item or less.
That's a $2 item.
Your utility knife. Now you say this is the most dangerous tool in the Handy Guys toolkit.
I do. I've
because-
said that in many shows.
But
in
part
the
of that
past.
is because it's get used so often. It's so
Right,
handy.
right.
So I don't think I can have enough of these. I want one of these.
So you want to put that with the flashlight
Yeah,
in the kitchen
that's right.
drawer or in the glove
You never know
compartment
when
of
you
the
need
car.
it. So yeah,
Okay.
get your Handy Guy
I
or
think
gal
you have
one of
more
those.
things in your stocking than I do here,
I might.
Paul. All right. 6-in-1 tool.
Oh look, I got one of
Right,
those
there
too.
you go. I'm going to take the packaging
Yeah.
off of this one here. But the idea is you've got 2 different size Phillips bits, 2 different size regular bits, and You can also drive hex head nuts with this.
Right, so you have, you just flip it around. It's so simple. And if you take the bit out altogether, then you have the hex head.
It's a nut driver.
So how many? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess.
Right. And I like the 6-in-1 versus they've got like 11-in-1, 15-in-1. Ones with like 97 different bits that store in the handle. No.
They all
just
get lost.
The simple, basic 6-in-1 is all you need. And you can, you know, another tool to have around the house.
Yeah, I put this in my kitchen drawer, use it all the time. Okay.
I'm
so
out of stuff.
You're out?
I'm
right.
out.
Oh, wow.
I'm out.
So I just have a couple more items here
Okay.
that, and we're trying to come up with some new things from other years. So this is actually a pair of older Vise Grips, but I noticed that these are less than $20. I've seen the smaller size.
And these are
closer
mini
to 10.
ones, Vise Grips.
Those are really small, but you can't. I have Vise Grips in almost every size possible, and I love them. I mean, they're just so useful, and you know.
And the key to these is they lock. They clamp on to whatever you're working
A lot
on.
more versatile than a standard set of pliers. Let's see what else I got. Oh, I also have a flashlight, Brian, a very small one. Now this is actually broken. I got this free at a trade show, but I found this very convenient to stick in my car.
You got to find a handy guy to fix it.
Yeah, I put it in my car in the center console, and it was just very convenient. It's just small.
Well, now you got a Maglite.
All right, and then the last thing, again, this is a little bit more expensive, but I thought this was kind of neat. This is the Craftsman. You know, you call this the 6-in-1 screwdriver. This is the 65-in-1 multi-wrench. They call this, I think if you can buy these wrenches, the socket wrenches that are socket wrenches only that have this feature, they call them dog bone wrenches.
Okay.
And usually they're 8-in-1, but this is 65 because it works with hex heads, square heads. What else does it show on there?
Universal design works with 6 different fastener types. Is it standard and metric, or does this work on both?
Well, it does have certain sizes on here. So you can see the sizes. This side is metric. So typical metric sizes: 17, 19 millimeter, 14, and 16. And then the other side is English. No, actually it's metric too.
Metric.
I'm wrong. This is all metric.
So there must be a standard version. No, because on the other side it says 3,
oh, you're
8,
right.
7,
I knew
16.
I had seen.
Right.
So it's one of those.
Depending on.
They've made it a compromise.
Right.
Somewhere between the metric and the English. So
well, we're going to talk about socket sets on a future show, and we'll talk about whether these sort of universal, 9/16 or 14 millimeter is good, or if you want an actual socket that fits perfectly on what you're working on.
We're doing a whole show just on socket sets. But one thing I usually find with these multi-tools is that they're good for little jobs here and there, and they're nice to have in like a small toolkit where you don't want to store every socket size. But yeah, there's some compromises generally made when you have a device like this. So that's the Craftsman 65-in-1 multi-wrench tool. Okay. But I want to show one other thing here. It wasn't in my stocking. But we have some clothing here that, you know, some people don't want clothes. Kids never want clothes. But now that I'm an adult, I like to get clothes for Christmas.
Absolutely.
So we have some cool things. These have been provided for us from the Duluth Trading Company, and they are actually the official, they provide the official wardrobe
of the
Handyguys.
Of the Handyguys. So we're wearing Duluth pants and shirts and everything, and we'll be doing that from now on for all of our shows.
Right, so the Duluth Trading Company also provided me with these work gloves, and these are winter insulated work gloves. They're not going to be great for when it's -20, but for cold days where you actually want to be able to make contact with a tool or something like that, these are great work gloves, and these would be great also stocking stuffers.
Sure.
And of course you can get your Duluth Trading Company hat to go with it.
Go.
So,
all right.
So we got everything. We've got right from the cheap utility knife that'll go in there, and right up to $20 maybe for if you really want to think safety first, or get the multi-tool here. You can find something for every handy guy, handy gal in your family or relative or whatever.
And if you want to check out the Duluth Trading Company, we have a link on our website, so you can just go there and check them out. And they got all kinds of different work gear, outdoor gear, and also a lot of gifts that make great stocking stuffers.
All right, so that's your 2012 Handyguys Stocking Stuffer Guide. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.